Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we are continuing with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time, you might recall, we spent a good deal of our time on Manan, taking part of a trial, in which case we were instrumental in making sure that the guy got convicted, which was slightly unfortunate since we were supposed to be defending him. But he was murderer anyway, so I guess it's not terrible. Now we've traveled to Tatooine because while we were on Manan, there was a Mandalorian who I guess was part of Canderous' old crew, uh, who felt that Canderous had betrayed them and challenged him to a duel or fight or something, and told us to come to Tatooine. So that's what we'll be dealing with starting out. Um, so let's see. Karth, I think he's just going to tell us more. He's just going to talk about his son again. His son, we found out, was alive and is apparently at the Sith Academy on Korriban. So we'll be seeing that in a moment, or it'll probably make it to Korriban today. I don't know how long this takes with Canderous. Zalbar, we did his quest, got him, managed to rescue his tribe from his brother, who had been working with Zerka to sell Wookiees off as slaves, and so we managed to basically defeat the Wookiees who were helping out, defeated Zerka Corporation, and restored Zalbar's dad to chieftainship, um, and got Zalbar a nice blade out of the deal. Juhani, I don't. Will Juhani open up more? Does she have more of a quest, or is she just story because of she's an optional
How may I
companion?
be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Well, you could stop calling me Padawan now that you know that I'm a Sith Lord. Um, well, was a Sith Lord. I guess now I'm not really a Sith Lord, not really embracing that, but at the same time, it just feels odd to say, like, okay, yeah, you're going back to Padawan status when we know that I'm fully trained in the Force at this point. But let's talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Okay.
Of course. If there is anything else, I am here to help.
Okay. Mission, we did her thing with her brother. HK, we restored his memory to full, and he remembers us being Darth Revan, and is probably rather disappointed that we don't go full dark side anymore. But, you know, can't have everything. Let's see if Canderous has anything to say about this upcoming duel.
I've been given a challenge I can't ignore. We've got to go to the dune seas of Tatooine, so I can find Jagi and kill him for his insult to me.
Okay, what happened out there? Why is Jagi so mad at you? Or can we talk about this? Or we should get going. Yeah, what, like, is there anything to his accusations? Is he accurate, or is he just, did he not understand the situation, or is he making stuff up?
This is between me and Jagi. You don't have to get involved. If you're lucky, he might spill something before I spread him in a paste over the dunes.
Okay, I do seem to recall that last time. So Canderous doesn't really want to talk about it. Presumably we need Canderous with us. Who should our second be? We'll take Jolie just because he's a fun character, and it's nice having a melee, another melee person with us, because I guess we're melee as well. There we go. Okay. I was just about to comment that it seemed like there was, like everything was a bit too quiet, like there was no music, we were just getting sound effects. And then the music kicked in, so... We needed to head out to the Dune Sea, so I guess that means we're heading out this way. Okay, we'll talk to Gate Guard Billin.
Oh, it's you again. I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization and triplicate, but not me. Good hunting out there.
Oh, thank you. Nice that he's willing to... Not sure exactly what the rules are, but he's... It seems like he's maybe not bending them too much. He's just saying, like, okay, I recognize you, so I don't need to see your pass again. Not that he's letting us do something that we aren't allowed to do. Okay, so I'm pretty sure... Things we have this exit over here, which I think this exit was the one toward the Great Dragon Lair, and then there was another exit over to the right. Yep, that went out to the Sand People camp. Try going towards the Great Dragon Lair, because I think that one was also connected to the Sand People camp anyway, if that's not where we're supposed to go. I don't know which one's... I think in hindsight, telling someone to go to a desert planet and then I'll meet you at the Dune Sea doesn't really narrow down the location all that much. Pretty much just tells me we're not meeting him in the middle of any of the towns or cities. Okay, doesn't seem like anybody's here. Some dewbacks. Do we have more information? Canderous told how Revan and his forces destroyed the Mandalorians' weaponry and exiled them, scattering them across the Outer Rim. He thinks that now, with you, he might find worthy opponents once again. Okay, that's just his general talking to him. Okay, here we go. The specific. Okay. Canderous was approached by a man who had fought under him a long time ago, a man named Jagi. Jagi claims that Canderous had abandoned and betrayed his own men and seeks vengeance. He has called Canderous to duel with him in the dune seas of Tatooine or be forever outcast in the eyes of his fellow Mandalorians. Canderous seems eager to meet this challenge. Okay, so somewhere in the Dune Seas. Oh. From a video game perspective, I guess it makes sense that they would just leave the, I'm thinking these are the speeders when we were ambushed here, if I recall, by Kalo Nord and his folks. But from a lore perspective, I would have thought that, like, Jawas would have come and scavenged those things for any usable parts, after we left, because... Yeah, it's perfectly good speeders. The speeders don't seem like they were damaged at all in the firefight, and probably lots of good salvage from those. was also thinking about last time with as we were doing the trial, how Jolie, one, it's interesting from talking with him on Kashyyyk and our conversations on board the ship. He seems like he's very much, he's messing with us at times, and he's not really into the whole Jedi, hidden meanings and training and stuff. But then on Manan, when we were getting into the trial, he was getting very serious with his friends, like, when he found out that his friend actually did commit murder. There's somebody standing up there. That might be who we're looking for. Okay. He was very much like, hey, this is, we have to, to do what's right. We have to stand up for this. And he got much more. Oh, it's sand people or sand person. Is he gonna attack us, or do they recognize? No, okay, that's good. That's right, because this tribe was the one that we helped out, and so I guess now they probably know us. Basically, have a free pass to just come and go as we please, I guess. But I can't imagine Mandalorians would be waiting real close to the Sand People's base. There are mine. Oh. See if we can grab that just in case we need it later. Okay, so yeah, and this is seeming like it's a chore to find them when we only have limited spots to look. Just imagine if we were actually in the Star Wars universe and didn't have like these set screens. It's just, wander the dunes until we run into some Mandalorians waiting to duke it out. Don't even have a proper date or time for the meeting. It's just like, yeah, we'll be waiting on Tatooine. However long it takes, I guess. Okay, you guys aren't attacking us either. Okay, so Desert Raid. So might as well get some hunting in while we're here. What in the world is with that? Is that an animation glitch, or did they always run like that and I just didn't notice? It seemed like they leaned onto their front limbs and like only ran on two legs, but it was the front two legs. That one's doing it too, so. I mean, I guess I can. I'm not really going to say that it makes tons of sense, but like I can at least see that, that it might have been intentional. Like their front legs are very strong and muscular, and their back legs are much smaller. So I guess they're probably thinking like, okay, these things get around on their front legs, and the back legs are just for support when they are attacking something, or when they're resting. I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Ah, so you managed to come after all. I see you brought friends.
You brought some of your own as well.
Ha! Indeed I did. I foresaw that you might need help, so I arranged a distraction.
I came by my own will. Canderous works for me. Where you talk too much and do little. I mean, I just came along because Canderous didn't say we needed to come along or anything, but I figure, well, mechanics of the game kind of demanded it, but I just wanted to see what was going on. You know, I'm not going to interfere if Canderous doesn't want me to, but...
I do not need to hear your excuses, Jedi. I know why he brought you.
Enough of this talk, Joggy. Let's do what we came here to do.
Let's do it, Canderous. Or I think you both need to calm down. Both of you are acting like children. Yeah, I think maybe if you both calm down, we can try to talk this out, which is not at all the Mandalorian way of doing things, but I'm not a Mandalorian, and I don't necessarily approve of the Mandalorian way of doing things, so...
We both know the stakes here, and we both know what we must do. It is only in death that this can end.
This is a matter of honor. I cannot stand by this insult. I must do this.
Why do you need to fight him, Canderous? Or why do you need to fight Canderous, Joggy? Let's kill him then. Well, if we ask Canderous why he needs to fight, I mean, he just told us this is a matter of honor, and it's an insult, and blah blah blah. So, let's see if Joggy, maybe if Joggy backs down, maybe Canderous will be like, oh, okay, then I don't. If the challenge is withdrawn, then it's not. You don't have to stand for it anymore.
In the battle above the world of Althir, he ordered us to attack the enemy flank, promising us support. But when he saw better prospects for his own glory, he abandoned us and left us to die surrounded by enemies.
If I had not attacked when I did, the battle would not have been won so easily.
It would still have been won. You sent your own men to die there, Canderous. I cannot forgive you for what you did to us. You will pay.
That's not the way it happened.
I mean, Joggy actually seems like he's making a fairly decent point here. So you sent your own men to die, Canderous? Or why did you abandon them? Okay, let's see if Canderous... He says that's not the way it happened. Let's see if he'll explain.
The Althiri were fighting hard. I saw a break in their defenses that left their center exposed. I had to take the chance. If I had not done what I did, many more warriors would have died and the battle would have taken much longer. I stand by my decision.
You coward. You glory hunter. You were given direct orders and were part of a plan. You had a responsibility to us.
I can regret their loss, but it was necessary.
Okay, now that does complicate things if it's, you know, it's not just like, oh hey, I get to be the hero, it's this ends the battle quickly versus not doing this leads to the battle dragging on for much longer and more people dying. It's always, I guess that's kind of the traditional conflict in military matters of you have plans and you want people to stick to the plans as much as is, you know, as much as is applicable, I guess. But at the same time, you know, a plan only survives, or no plan survives engagement with the enemy. So you don't want to stick too closely to the plan. So, you know, when do you want to stick to the plan, and when is it okay to deviate and say, okay, we're making a new plan? So let's see. Our responses are, then let's get rid of Jaggy and his men. Or we could try to persuade Jaggy what he did was a smart tactical move. Or we can try to persuade people die in war, Jaggy. Or we could try to force persuade. You do not want to fight, Jaggy. I don't know. This kind of situation seems like a force persuade. Maybe that would fix things, but I mean, Canderous is probably be upset if we did that. Jaggy, like, I'm not really sure what that would do if it's not going to convince him that he's wrong or that Canderous is right. It's just going to make him not want to fight. But if he is a Mandalorian, maybe he'll appreciate that it was a smart tactical move, that, you know, it made sense from a military perspective. Let's try this.
I have had enough of your prattle, Jedi. This is between Canderous and I, and we shall settle this now, once and for all.
Okay, well, maybe I should have tried force persuading. Oh well. Do we want to get involved, or just let Canderous do it? You know what? I'll go ahead and just deal with the alts, and we'll let Canderous. Canderous, I was gonna deal with this guy so we could focus on Jaggy. Well, I guess Jolie's gonna take him anyway. Okay, good job, team. There's no loot we can get from Jaggy. Okay.
I think this has affected me in ways I didn't anticipate. I think I'll need time to sort things out. Thanks for what you did. Whatever your intentions might have been. I just need time.
Okay. I did notice leading up to that battle, like Canderous seemed like he was getting awfully worked up, you know, shouting about how, you know, it's what had to be done and more people would have died. Like, yeah, it definitely seems like this this kind of hit him pretty hard. So maybe let's go back to the ship and see if he'll talk once we're on board. I just noticed there's... What are all these like, blaster holes and this damage all around this building here? There's around several of them. Is it just... people have a tendency to, you know, have little shootouts right here in the middle of the street, and those seem like awfully big holes for like handheld blaster or something. Then I guess it's around the doorways because, you know, if someone's shooting at you, if you're not trying to shoot back, you're probably going to be trying to duck inside somewhere. I don't know, it suddenly makes this town seem less like a, you know, quaint little mining village and more just a death trap, I guess. Okay, Canderous, buddy, you feeling okay?
Yeah, what do you want?
What are your thoughts now? Okay, that's the only real one pertaining to this.
This thing with Jaggy, I don't know. Give me some time and I'll be able to sort this out on my own. Is there something else you wanted?
Okay, nothing at the moment.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Okay. So let's go ahead and save. Jolie, any words of wisdom for us?
Got something on your mind, dude?
Oh, you mentioned something about your adventuring days? Or what do you think of Sunry's verdict? Or know anything about this? I'm actually kind of curious what Jolie thinks about Tatooine first.
Well, unless you're one of the local species and end up being slaughtered or enslaved, Tatooine's a nice enough desert. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Okay, now I want to hear about
I get it.
Sunry's.
Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, what was this about anyway?
Okay, I wanted to go back
Got
to the
something
Sunry
on your
option.
mind, dude?
What do you think of Sunry's verdict?
You defended him well enough. I wish we had time to look into matters more fully, but wishing is only useful for the young and idealistic. What's done is done. The Republic will likely appeal the matter eventually, and he'll be free. I just would like to know if that's best. Sunry was a good man once, and a good friend. I'll miss him. I don't want to talk about this anymore. My jaw aches. Got something on your mind, dude?
Yeah, tell me more about your adventuring days.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
So you weren't an adventurer?
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
But you've already said so much. I'm curious. Or you're just not used to company. Stop being an old coot. Fine, I won't you questions ever. I guess ask you questions ever again. Yeah. I mean, you speak a lot about some things. You know, if there's something particular you don't want to talk about, that's one thing. But just being like, oh, never ask questions, that seems a little odd at this point.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man. That's what the sign says, damn it. And besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history. Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
Yeah, well, old people love to talk about history. Proven fact. Well, you're right. I'd rather not be bored. I'm not a kid. Yeah, you're the cranky old man, so you're supposed to want to bore kids. That's a proven fact.
Oh, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it later. Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
You were a smuggler? A Jedi would never be a smuggler. Or how did that happen? Well, I guess if any Jedi were a smuggler, I could imagine it being Jolie. How did that happen?
At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor, all the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Okay. More of a... If that's all it was, and that seems a rather noble bit of smuggling. So was it very dangerous? Or where did you get the credits for all the supplies? I still can't believe you actually did that. Yeah, were you ever in danger?
Oh, it was. I was a half-decent pilot in those days. And with the Force guiding me, we made it through some tough spots nobody else would have.
You were a pilot, too?
Pilot, smuggler, several other things, too. Or did you suppose I was always a crotchety hermit?
Where'd you get the credits?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
Ah, so you stole it.
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
What happened then? Or maybe it should have. Or, well, that was pretty stupid of you. Now, just tell us what happened, Jolie.
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
That was the day you what? It seemed like he was going somewhere with that, and then we're just interrupting, but...
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm assuming we're saying sorry because it seems like, you know, his wife's no longer with him, so she either left or died, and, you know, it's like, oh, this is clearly a painful memory. But it, just in response to exactly what he said, it sounds like we just think meeting his wife was something to be sorry about. Your wife, you were married? Bad memory, I take it? Let's just apologize. I'm assuming we're not actually apologizing for him having been married, but for the dredging up bad memories.
It's all right. When you're digging through the trash, you shouldn't be surprised when you encounter something unpleasant. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Okay. So maybe we'll be able to talk with Jolie a bit later. During his tale, he mentioned the fact that he had a wife. He didn't want to talk about her, but you might be able to ask him about it later once you've gained more experience. Well, let's see if...
Got something on your mind?
Can we continue that now? No, okay.
Oh, I get it.
Alright, let's head to Korriban. We have a star map to find there. We have to reunite Karth with his son, and we were also approached by the, I don't know, smugglers or black market merchants or something, who said that they've got a shop there that they're willing to sell us stuff because after they realize we're Revan. So, okay, we're going to Korriban. Its terrain is volcanic mountain range. Native species none known, now settled. And we'll be docking at the Dreshday settlement. Attack this time. It's a welcome change. Oh, right, because we're visiting a planet for the first time, we're going to have a vision of where the star map is, I guess. Yeah, well, doesn't look so bad. Considering this is where there's a Sith Academy, I was kind of expecting it to look worse, or much more dangerous or something.
What do you need?
You can't tell us anything about it. Do you want to talk?
Talk about what? The only thing I want to do right now is find Dustle. If he's alive, there's just nothing else I want to think about. I'll understand if we can't look for him right now, but if we could, it would be a huge load off my mind.
Okay, well, we'll make sure to take Karth with us. Johnny, anything more?
How may I be a... What is it?
No, okay. See, Zalbar, probably got nothing. Jolie,
Got something on your mind?
hey, okay, yeah, you want to talk about your wife now? Or, I guess, first, do you know anything about this place? We'll see if we can kind of butter him up with some off-topic discussion first.
Korriban's a rock. Mind the Sith. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Okay, you mentioned something about your wife before.
I don't want to talk about that.
Sorry, maybe we can talk about it later. Well, I do. Spit it out already. Or, I don't mean to pry, but I'm gonna pry. Okay, we won't talk about it now, but we'll talk about it later.
Maybe, but I doubt it. I'm made stubborn that way. Got something on you.
Okay, can we just keep pushing you on it?
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't mean to pry, but...
Yes, you do. You may mean well enough, but my private affairs are just that. Private. Let me tell you something. Once you've lived as many years as I have, you'll have yourself a long, long list of memories. If you're lucky, most of them will be good. If you're not, some will be bad. If you're really unlucky, some will be so bad you'll never want to be reminded of them again, ever. You'll go far away to a place that doesn't hold any memories at all. And there you'll be happy just to forget and be forgotten.
I would never do that. Or no, I want to hear what you have to say. Or is that why you went to Kashyyyk? Or run away, how pathetic and weak. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's why you were at Kashyyyk?
Partly, maybe. I doubt I could ever explain it to you fully, even if I wanted to. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in love? Truly in love, I mean, and not simple infatuation?
Well, that's actually a bit of a difficult question, I guess, because we have our memories now. Didn't have real memories before the beginning of the game. At the beginning of the game, like, all of our memories were fake memories. So, yeah, well...
Exactly. You're still at the beginning of your life. There will be women in your life, perhaps many women. But if you're fortunate, you'll find love once. The Jedi, with their damnable sense of over-caution, would tell you love is something to avoid. Thankfully, anyone who's even partially alive knows that's not true.
Aren't you worried about the dark side at all? Or, that's what I've always thought. What's this? Love advice from an old Jedi? Yeah, I honestly, I do think the Jedi thing about, like, can't love, which mainly means no romantic attachments, I guess. I can see where, passion could drive someone to do things, make poor decisions, do things that are wrong, but that it seems like they are saying, oh, okay, because because of that, we're just going to cut it off entirely. I don't know, that seems to me like the Jedi are kind of taking the approach of, oh, eating too much will cause you to get fat and have health problems, so just don't eat at all. I don't know.
Love doesn't lead to the dark side. Passion can lead to rage and fear, and can be controlled. But passion is not the same thing as love. Controlling your passions while being in love, that's what they should teach you to beware. But love itself will save you, not condemn you. Listen to me go on as if I had all the answers. What do I know of love anymore? I'm just a lonely old man who's not even a Jedi.
Sounds like love is something you should have avoided. You talk too much, old man. You don't know anything. Or no, I want to hear what you have to say. Not even a Jedi? I mean, not anymore, right? That is kind of a curious... It is kind of curious the way he said that. So not even a Jedi?
Nope, never was. Technically, I never rose above the rank of Padawan for various reasons. Does that surprise you?
Not the way you describe your past, no. Or you seem to have all the abilities of a Jedi. Or yes, you lied to me. Well, and thinking back to when we were doing the trial, I believe when he was talking to his friends a couple times, he referred to himself like, hey, I'm a Jedi, you know that, that's why we have to do this. So, let's not just... don't need to get accusatory, but you seem to have a Jedi's abilities. Did you just not do the final test or something, or?
In my case, becoming a Jedi would have been a formality. I doubt the Order and I would have gotten along well, considering my opinions on things such as love. Love causes pain, certainly. Inevitably, love is going to lead to as much sorrow and regret as it does joy. I suppose there are perfect, eternal loves out there, but I haven't seen any. And how do you deal with the bad part of love is what determines your character. What determines the dark side's hold over you.
This is getting a lot more philosophical than I thought it would, but you don't think love can work? Maybe the Jedi just think you shouldn't take that risk. So what happened between you and your wife then? Alright, that's it. Yeah, we've got them all. We've got them talking about this. Now's when we get to... I think now's when we can trigger this and maybe get him talking.
I haven't changed my mind. I'm still not going to talk about it. You go and find your own love if you want to know so badly. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you and the one you love simply aren't meant to be together. The trick is to know when that is. To know when it's time to fight and when it's time to part ways. There I go, waxing philosophical again. Somebody blast me already. Let's get going before I start talking in riddles, damn it.
Okay. Okay, can we get him talking again?
Got something on your mind?
No, okay.
Oh, I get it.
So let's see, who else might know anything about this place? Let's see if... does HK know anything about this place?
Statement. HK47 is ready to serve, Master.
Okay, no, okay, that'll be all.
As you desire, Master.
Canderous?
Yeah, what do you want?
Do you know anything about this world?
Korriban is a Sith world, that's for sure. I mean, just look at this place. Rumor has it that the leader of our clan at the time, Mandalore, did go down. They say the Sith performed terrible magics here. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Okay, maybe...
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Are you
Yeah,
done processing what happened with Joggy?
This thing with Joggy, I don't know.
No, okay.
Give me some... Is there some... Your...
Okay. Mission, anything you know about this world?
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Do you know anything about Korriban?
I don't know anything about Korriban, but I get a bad feeling in this place. If there's such a thing as an evil planet, this is it. Sorry I can't be more help, you know. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nothing. Never mind.
Okay, have it your way.
Okay, we definitely want to take Karth with us. We haven't really done much with T3. Maybe let's take T3 with us. more dexterity so he can use some... use his blaster better. Use repair and security, that might be helpful. Alright, he has 2 weapon fighting, so that's good to know. Repair security and... okay, let's make him tougher. That's probably a good idea. What was that upgrade? Battle droid logic upgrade. Fully experienced with the rigors of combat, the droid is able to self-upgrade its tactical reasoning and maximize its defensive potential. This gives +6 to defense and is always active. Okay. What was it before? It was +4 to defense. Okay. Well, more defense is always nice. Droid upgrade class 3. Can give him some better upgrades. I think we're getting close to the same level everybody else is at. Okay, so droid upgrade class 3. As the droid gains experience, its programming becomes more adaptable to new situations. This allows it to accommodate more sophisticated upgrades. Okay. And droid upgrade class 3 also allows the use of previous upgrades. Can master toughness. This character is further fortified against damage. Gets an additional 1 vitality point at each level up. Retroactive for previous levels. And 2-point physical damage resistance that it had at a previous one. Okay. Good. Weapon specialization blaster pistol. We definitely want to keep with blaster pistols because it's no, I want to go to feats. Oh, there's okay, X button. Okay, we already have weapon focus. We don't have weapon specialization, so that might be good to have. We want to keep with the blaster pistol because we he has dual wielding, which he's going to need to be pistols instead of rifles. So reserved for the highest quality battle droids, targeting units of this type are rarely seen outside of military operations. Okay. Have that. Let's give him an advanced. Shield Disruptor is 20 points of ion. Designed for Republic forces, these devices allow a droid to potentially devastate opponent droids or the personal shielding of an enemy, though the energy drain is quite large. Okay. Intended as a combat upgrade and not generally available to the public, this droid-mounted weapon can inflict a great deal of damage over a broad area. It is widely used by Republic forces. That actually sounds kind of useful. Now this gravity generator just slows people. I think maybe let's go with advanced stun ray to actually stun them instead. This product is a special order aftermarket modification of a Quayle industrial stun ray. Very expensive to produce. Most are in the hands of government-sponsored elite troops. Oh, this is a very nice one. Okay. We have damage, bonus damage, larger critical range, and a chance to stun. And attack modifier +5. Okay, these weapons are designed to incapacitate, so death may be quick or lingered upon as desired. Droids are simply dispatched as cruelty is best rationed among the living. Okay, so that's why the bonus damage is ion, so that if you're a droid, you have more of a chance of just destroying. Okay, this is a weaker Sith Assassin pistol. Okay, so I think this seems to be a good one. Maybe just 2 Sith Assassin pistols? Yeah, it seems like decent chance of stunning, better damage against droids. Yeah, it'll be a pretty good support thing for our droid here. Okay. Oh, and armor. It's defense bonus 4. He can have some heavy defense armor, so let's give him heavy plating type 3. Heaviest protection available. This type of plating is uncommon due to the costs involved in production. It is best suited to specialized assassin or assault droids, though such units are highly regulated. So we'll go ahead and put that on him. Okay, that's pretty good look there. I'll go ahead and save. And then we'll explore Korriban. We can't use that. These are all just for decoration, I guess. Okay, it's not an actual door, that's just a very decorative wall, I guess. Or a door that we can't use. Where'd the mechanic go? Oh, there it went. I'm just curious what people's responses will be.
Nice to see the Hawk still in one piece. Beauty of a ship, that.
Oh, you recognize it. Okay, who are you? Or how do you know about the Ebon Hawk? Can I ask you some questions? Now, we did, as I recall, when the people who approached us saying like we could use the the black market, didn't they say, it was like, oh yeah, it's because you're the owner of the Ebon Hawk or something? Or am I misremembering that? I don't know. So, how do you know about the Ebon Hawk?
Ah, I've seen this little ship before plenty of times. Used to make runs for the exchange, didn't it? Korriban's nice and remote. The kind of place the exchange likes. You don't need to worry about me saying anything. I don't give a whit what you do with your ship. Smuggling's what the Hawk was made for, though.
Who are you?
Oh, nobody special. I just do the routine maintenance work for the ships that come in. I used to see the Hawk here all the time.
Okay. I guess, can we get any other information from you?
You sure can.
Okay. What can you tell me about Korriban?
Not much. It's a pretty barren planet, to tell the truth. Not of much interest to anyone. Unless you're a Sith, I guess. They seem to think this place is something special.
Why do they think Korriban is special?
Probably all them ruins they found on the surface. That's the reason they built their academy here, I guess. To dig all them ruins up.
There's a Sith Academy here? Well, we kind of already knew that, but...
There's people that come here from all over Sith space to try and join the academy. Most of them die, I hear. Pretty gruesome business, that.
How does someone get to the ruins? Now, that ruins would be a good place to hide a star map, and especially since we saw it in some kind of it seemed like it was inside, but we saw like statues and things, so it was something constructed.
You don't. Not unless you're a Sith in the Academy. They're the only ones allowed on the surface. They pay Zerka to ship things in and out, I guess, but that's all closely monitored.
So how does someone get into the Academy?
I don't know. There's all kinds of hopefuls in the colony trying to get in. Why don't you ask one of them?
Okay. Well, thanks. I'll check it out.
Yep. Take care now.
Okay, well, he was rather helpful. Hopefully nothing bad comes from that. But it sounds like we're going to have to try to get into the Sith Academy. Ah, I see. Another Jedi come to small Korriban. Yes, good to meet you. How do you know I'm a Jedi? Is it the fact that I'm carrying a lightsaber? Well, you're wrong, I am no Jedi. Or Jedi come here often, do they? Yeah, what makes you think I'm a Jedi? Well, from the lightsaber you're carrying naturally. Only Jedi carry ones like that, correct? There are many people who come to Korriban from throughout Sith space, hoping to join the Academy. Some of them are Jedi who have left the Order. You will get into the Academy for certain. I understand Jedi who have left the light side are made very welcome. Oh, so I imagine. Or what's this Academy you mention? But I haven't left the light side. I'm kind of tempted to just see how light we can... Not only light side that we're not going to actively be dark side, but just make it blatantly obvious to everybody in the Academy that, like, hey, I'm totally not evil and don't care about the dark side, but I'm still want to get in. Yeah, let's do that. I haven't left the light side. Oh, I see. Then this is a very dangerous place for you to have come. Korriban is a Sith planet. You know that, correct? But enough about that. It is very nice to see that the Ebon Hawk has returned. I have not seen that ship for some time, indeed. Since you're a regular to our little colony, the docking fee is only 25 credits. Okay, you know of the Ebon Hawk? Here's 25 credits. That's not really necessary, is it? Or you don't need to collect the fee. 25 credits isn't much. Let's go ahead and pay that. Excellent. Continue on through. Please be aware that the colony is under Sith jurisdiction. I'd advise you to stay out of their way. Okay, well, I'll be on my way then. Enjoy your stay in Dreshte. Here, just Zerka guard. Okay, so he doesn't mind that we're light side because he's not actually Sith or anything. He's just, you know, running the docking bay. I wonder if we'll be able to keep this up, like when we go.
No, that is the wrong answer. Again, you pathetic hopefuls can't possibly all be this stupid, can you?
Please, Master Shardon, give us a chance. We'll do anything to get into the Academy.
I'm no master yet, but I like the sound of that. All right, one more question. There's a lot of you is trying my patience. All right, let's say you become a Sith and I am your commanding officer. I give you an order to spare the life of an enemy. Do you do it?
Of course, Shardon. Anything you command us.
We would never oppose you.
No. Do you honestly believe that the Sith are in need of such sniveling cowards? Mercy is a weakness. If your leader shows weakness, it is your duty to kill him and show true authority, true power. That is why the Sith are strong.
Thank you, Shardon. We understand now.
No, you don't understand, and you probably never will. You wouldn't survive 5 seconds in the Academy. The other students would tear you apart. Bah! I can't be bothered with fools. Perhaps I should... You, Jedi, you're looking to get into the Academy, are you not? Well, of course you are. Why else would you be here? Let me pose a question to you. These hopefuls will never survive in the Academy. A lesson must be taught here, but I am at a loss as to what form it should take.
Oh, this is rich.
I wasn't talking to you. I'm thinking to spare them the effort of being killed and do it myself. Perhaps I shall turn their skin inside out. Or force lightning. Yes, it's a most impressive display. Or perhaps a bit of humiliation is in order. I could easily strip off their tunics and make them run through the colony. Or they could lose all control of their bodily functions. What do you think? I just can't seem to decide.
Why? What did they do? You can't just kill them. Why are you asking me? Yep. Why do you think they deserve death, or...
We didn't do anything. Please, help us. Silence. It's not what they did so much as what they didn't do, which is prove themselves worthy. I'm exhausted from dealing with their mulings, so please decide for me, will you?
Let them go. That's my decision. Or kill them, I don't care. I think humiliation would be enough. Or perhaps just scare them a little? Or no way, leave me out of it. Well, we're going blatantly light side, so let them go. You want my decision? That's my decision.
Let them go? And what could possibly convince me to do that?
Because I'm Darth Revan, and I'm telling you to let them go. That'd be an interesting approach. Or we could try to persuade they aren't worth your time. Or try to persuade killing them is wrong. You know that. Or try to force persuade. You want to let them go. Or because I'll kill you if you don't. Fine, do whatever you like. We try to just pull rank as Revan, even knowing that, like, Malak, it's pretty well known that Malak killed Revan, or, you know, at least people think they know that. So, probably doesn't carry the weight that might think. And we're trying to focus on being light side, so killing them is wrong. You know that, Mr. Evil Sith guy.
Now that has to be the funniest thing I've heard all day. Well, fine. Whoever you are, since you've proven such a good sport, the boys can run off. I'm sure your little lesson will give them something to chew on.
The boys can run off? One of them was female. They all just disappeared, so... Okay, we have Bree. Yeah. Who's the person we're looking for Oh, hey, we still have... Jockey's Challenge is still an active quest, so I guess there's more, you know... Candace is gonna have to, like, come to a realization or something. Okay, we're looking for Dustil. That's Karth's son. Special merchant in the cantina. Talk to the bartender Mika Doran. Okay. So we're not in the cantina yet. But... Greetings, welcome to Korriban. If there's anything you need, you can talk to me. What sort of merchandise do you offer? Weapons mostly. I've got connections. You'll need them if you're going to be spending any time here. Why so? What sort of connections? Can I see your merchandise? Yeah, I'm going to need weapons here? There are a lot of Sith on this planet. This is where they come to study. Noxious brats, the lot of them. Just between you and me, I'll never understood why everyone thinks dark side and hooligan should be the same thing. It's a fair point. But they are definitely dangerous, so that's why you'll probably need weapons. Not that they'll be much help. You know, that is a good point. That I think they're referencing the tendency in RPGs, especially both in in Knights of the Old Republic and generally, where people think if you're if you want an evil character, they have to not just be evil, they have to be a complete jerk to everybody. You know, and it can actually be kind of interesting when you have a story with evil characters who are not jerks all the time because they have bigger plans or realize that, oh hey, I can further my plans by not being a jerk, even though my plans are ultimately still evil. But what connections does this guy have? Mandalorian raiders occasionally drop by, needing to get rid of some extras they can't sell in the civilized systems. Okay. They treat me well, I treat them well. It works out. So if you need weapons, and you probably will, this is the place to come. Okay, let's see your merchandise. Okay. Krath Warblade. Twisted by the dark side, the Krath tempered swords with the power of the Force, perhaps even before lightsabers became the weapon of the Jedi, both dark and light. Have a lot of those. Okay, Cassus Fett's heavy pistol. This does a stun, and looks like it's even better than the assassin pistol that we gave to T3, so maybe we'll get this for him. Cassus Fett was rarely seen without this adaptable blaster. Famous for killing the captain of a flagship Republic frigate at the Battle of Jaga's Cluster, he is presumed dead. Okay. Pretty standard stuff. Some grenades, mines. Okay, that's the end of the list. Only thing, we'll go ahead and get Cassus Fett's heavy pistol. Yes. And we'll give that to... Well, actually... let's see. Karth. Karth already has a couple good pistols, so let's go ahead and... It's upgradable, so I'll give this to here and switch this out for the better one. Okay, even though that reduces the stats a little bit once we upgrade that, I think that'll be better to be the main one.
What?
What?
You don't happen to have a workbench in here, do you? Okay.
Look here, my dear friends. We have some newcomers to the colony, led by a Jedi, no less. I don't believe I've seen any of them before, have you?
I hate Jedi, and these fallen ones are worse. They always get into the Academy, and they think they're better than the rest of us.
Great. Just what we needed. Some punks to come steal our lunch credits.
Smart-mouthed newcomers, to boot.
Looks pretty fresh to me, Lasho.
That's what I thought. Well, stranger, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not, but here on Korriban, the Sith do as they please. And we are Sith. Quite literally, whether you live or die depends upon our whim. What do you think of that?
I don't think there's any need for hostilities. Or, you could try to kill me. You'd fail, but you can still try. I think that's a lot of responsibility for simple scum like you. We'll try to be friendly. There's no need for hostilities. In fact, we're looking for the canteen anyway. I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, neither do I. I simply stated a fact. Do you know how many Sith there are in Dresde?
What is this, a raffle? How many guesses do we get?
Enough to crush this fool! Let's do it, Lasho.
Now, let's not be hasty. Perhaps our friend here could yet offer up some amusement. What do you say? Amuse us, make us laugh, and we might just consider allowing you to live.
Do you know who I am? I'm Darth Revan. Watch your tongue or I'll rip it out. That might be kind of amusing. I'm not looking for trouble, but I'm not here to amuse you. Be careful, you might be heading for more trouble than you can handle. Or if you really want to fight, just make the first move. It'll be your last. Okay. Or we try to tell Joe. Okay. These two Mandalorians are out in the woods. Please don't hurt me. I don't want to fight. Yeah, we'll try to actually tell a joke. You know, it's not an unreasonable request. I'm not really sure where this joke's going, but...
Go on.
Okay. So two Mandalorians are out in the woods. One of them collapses. He doesn't seem to be breathing, and his eyes are glazed. The other Mandalorian takes out his communicator and contacts his commander. Okay.
I've heard this one before. I think...
Quiet!
He gasps, "My partner's collapsed. I don't know what to do." After a moment, the commander responds, "Calm down. I can help."
And then?
First, let's make sure your partner's dead. There's a silence, then a blaster shot is heard. Back on the communicator, the Mandalorian says, "Okay, now what?"
Kid, maybe you should try juggling next time.
Ha! Too funny. Good one.
Yes,
Play to the
I
crowd.
suppose that wasn't too bad. All right then, my friend. You've done as you were asked. Perhaps we will meet again.
See, we don't need to fight the Sith. We just need to, come up with some good jokes. They're not quite killing jokes. None of them died laughing, but it did lead to a peaceful resolution. Just here. Okay, this is a little Zerka enclave.
Greetings. You've heard of that awful business on Idian, yes? Our corporate outpost there has been destroyed by the Wookiee savages. This could put back the use of Wookiee labor considerably. We may even have to abandon the planet completely. Well, what can you do? Sorry. Was there something you needed?
Man, that would be a terrible shame if you had to stop using Wookiee slaves, wouldn't it? But, yeah. What does Zerka do here on Korriban? Can I ask you some questions about the colony? Yeah, what's Zerka doing here?
We do some mining here, and are responsible for local shipping and support of the Sith on Korriban. Our starport is mostly just freighters and such. But we do get many travelers that come here to learn from the Sith. I must say, Zerka is in need of droids right now. That's a mighty fine-looking one you have there. Yes, of course. No offense meant. Touchy, isn't it? This office is actually our administrative headquarters for this region. Rather inauspicious, isn't it? We offer good prices here to those traders that keep the colony supplied. If you're in need of anything, this is the place to come.
Can I see what you have to offer?
You certainly can. Allow me to punch up our stock.
Okay, so this is like some repair kits and med kits. Exar Kun's light battle suit. Okay, medium armor. Attributed to Exar Kun, this armor may well have been worn by the Dark Lord prior to his defeat 40 years ago. He was rarely without considerable yet flexible personal armor. Well, I'm kind of tempted to sell stuff to buy that just for the story alone. I forget a lot of what was said about Exar Kun, but I know he's a fairly prominent Sith Lord who was defeated in relatively recent memory, 40 years ago. So he's not even like ancient at this point. He's just about a generation or two ago. So Sinagar war suit. After the Great Hyperspace War 1,000 years ago, the heirs of Empress Tata militarized their world and industry, a legacy that produced battle armor still sought after today. Shining light armor. Krath Holy Battle Suit. Many Krath sought to be guards of their dark temples in armor of this type. Cynics dismissed this fervor, noting that guard duty was safer than participating in military slave raids. Okay, so they were claiming like, oh, we're wanting to guard the temples because we're so devoted, and cynics were saying like, yeah, they did it because they didn't actually want to go to battle. Okay. Typical of the old Krath military elite, these suits were worn during slave raids in neighboring systems. Slaving is profitable but risky, so little cost is spared in equipment. Okay, powered battle armor. The microhydraulics of this armor provide the operator with both protection and strength enhancement. It is rare outside of professional mercenaries and soldiers. Things seem kind of unique. No, okay. Yeah, I don't know that this will actually help anybody, but I'm still going to see if I can buy it, just because that'll be I guess we don't even know if it actually is XR Coons or if that's just, you know, made up story. Let's see, what do I have that we can sell? The armor sells for a decent amount. Powered light battle armor. Okay. Durasteel heavy armor. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Mandalorian battle armor. When did we pick up that up? Public soldiers saw this armor all too often during the Mandalorian Wars. It's understandable that the conflict could drag on when a fanatical enemy is so defensively outfitted. Well, it's worth a bit. We're not going to use it, so might as well get rid of that. Chani Vibroblade. Okay, not selling missions Vibroblade. Not going to sell stuff. I mean, one, it belongs to mission, not to us, and two, I don't like to get rid of like unique personal items. So. Okay, craft double sword. Okay, twisted by the dark side, the craft favored weapons of fearsome appearance requiring brute strength to wield, and the blades of this weapon are certainly effective, if not elegant. All right, we saw in the one description the craft like use the force on their swords to make them stronger, like in the days before lightsabers. Okay. Okay, well, this is enough for now. So let's. Yes, please give me XR Coon's light battle suit. There we go. Okay, we have a couple citizens and prospective Sith. Oh, are you guys the prospective Sith from earlier? Because we have one of the Twi'leks is a prospective Sith. We have this guy looks kind of like a prospective Sith. And is there a male Twi'lek? No? Okay.
I've had 2 friends killed by the Sith already. Must be some kind of test. I'll survive and make it into the Academy. I know it.
Okay, she does not sound like she has the same voice as the female Twi'lek we saw earlier. Okay, Lurs Kesh. You there, human! You're the one flying the Ebon Hawk now? I saw you disembarking earlier. Who wants to know? Yes, the Ebon Hawk is my ship. I don't have time to talk. I mean, it's not really going to make much sense to deny it. He'll be able to figure it out pretty easily. So, yes, we came in the Ebon Hawk. Is that so? Well, you can tell Davik that my people are spitting plasma over this. We've been waiting for this shipment for a month now. I suppose we should be grateful that the shipment survived Taurus at all, though, right? Anyway, hand it over and let's finish this. Hand over what? What are you talking about? You obviously have me mistaken for someone else. Or I'm no smuggler, if that's what you're implying. Yeah, see, I don't have the ship because I work for Davik. I have the ship because I won it from Davik by him dying. Wait a minute, don't you work for Davik? Just how is it you happen to be flying the Ebon Hawk anyway? Davik's dead, I presume. I stole the Ebon Hawk from him. Or what business is it of yours? The Ebon Hawk is mine now. Or look, I don't want any trouble, okay? Yeah, if you were a friend of Davik, I'm sorry to say he's dead. And I stole it from him, all legal and fair and square, like. Well, when a planet explodes, you've got to expect a few changes. Davik's dead, hey? Maybe you can still help me with something. Okay. We had arranged for several kilograms of spice to be shipped to us here aboard the Ebon Hawk. Perhaps Davik left it on board? I suspect if it is, it would be the container we gave him, locked and requiring a code. Might you have seen such a thing, human? I may have. How much is it worth to you? Or I could take a look for it. Or I don't want to get involved in this. Or there's nothing like that on the ship. Yeah, spice, I guess, is some kind of drug. I really don't want to get involved in drug running, so I mean, unless I'm misunderstanding and you're just looking for like a barrel of paprika or something, then I guess I can give it to you. Although what does raise the question, in a galaxy where you have all these different alien species and things, presumably, you know, biology would be a little bit different in them. So some things that are like perfectly harmless, or you know, even something like, you know, what we would consider spices and seasonings and stuff for one race, you know, might affect the biology of another race differently, I guess. I don't really know enough about the chemistry of it to know how likely that would be, but either way, I don't want to get involved. Are you sure? The people I represent could make it well worth your while. How well worth my while? Or, I said I don't want to get involved. Fine, I'll take a look for your container. No, we're not helping you deal drugs. That is unfortunate. The people I represent will be displeased. They've already lost their interest on Taris, after all. Well, then they should be used to displeasure, I guess. But it's your choice, human. Pray that no one takes your refusal personally. Okay. Mika Dorn. Okay, that's who we needed to talk to. Tol Apkar. A lot of Rhodians here. Pilot and pilot. Okay. So we have this guy, just generic Rhodian. Oh, this guy's probably a Pazak player, isn't he? Yeah, he plays Pazak. Okay. So we need to talk to Mika Doran. Greetings, Sentient. You're the owner of the Ebon Hawk, yes? Or its latest owner, at least. I'm honored to meet you. I am Mika Doran, manager of this establishment. Is there something you are needing, Sentient? The owner of the Ebon Hawk is always welcome in the Dresde Cantina. Zygram says you sell special items. You know something about the Ebon Hawk? Or just some questions answered? I want to see what special items I'm being offered. Yes, to the right buyer. Traditionally, the owner of the Ebon Hawk has been the contact for all my transactions, but in the past, the owner was always affiliated with the exchange. That was why Zygram did not approach you earlier. We had no idea who you were, or if we wanted to do business with you. Of course, that is all changed now, Lord Revan. I'm glad you've seen the light. I'm not who you think I am. I'm not Revan anymore. Sorry. What kinds of things do you have for sale? I mean, I'm not really Darth Revan anymore, but I'm still the guy who was Darth Revan. This is kind of going back to are we, you know, if we don't remember anything that we did, are we still that person or not? Let's see what Mika here thinks about it. I'm not who you think I am. I'm not Revan anymore. No? Zygram's information is never wrong. Are you saying that you don't want to revenge on your former apprentice? Are you saying you don't plan to kill Malak? I will stop Malak and his Sith, but not for revenge. What kinds of things do you have for sale? Yes, we are doing this for the great and noble benefit of the entire galaxy. In truth, your reasons matter little to me or my partner, but we do believe in your power. We believe you will bring Malak down, and we want to help you in our own small fashion. Your motives seem very self-serving. I mean, not that I really expect anything less. Of course. How else are we to survive? Now, do you wish to see the premium items I have for sale, or is there something else you need? Okay, let me see the premium items. Ooh, might be able to learn about the Ebon Hawk's previous owners, too. Okay. We'll ask about that afterwards. Let's see what you have for sale. Yes, of course. I'm sure you'll find my selection to be very interesting. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Verpine fiber mesh. So it's a generic thing, although very expensive. So Raxus Newly had plans of planetary conquest in the wake of Sith aggression. Though eclipsed by recent events, the Jedi saw the pirate jailed and his Verpine stockpiles auctioned. Bonadin alloy heavy suit. Bonadin is an emerging industrial society financing their exploration of the galaxy through production of small arms and armor. They favor heavy materials offering solid defense. Okay, and that's light armor. That might be worth picking up. Jorgen Kalta's power suit. Okay, heavy defense, no dexterity bonus. Upgradable. Okay. And for resistance to a bunch of stuff. Aided by custom armor like this, Jurgen Kalta had no combat equals, so his enemies tried more exotic attacks. It was a Gexen brain slug left on a pillow that proved his undoing. Sounds unpleasant. Okay, stabilizer mask, that looks like what Karth has. Microburst of electricity to regulate the user's mental patterns. Fortifies both mind and body against attack. Yep. Dominator gauntlets, strength +5. Working prototype of a huge technological advancement in power gauntlets. Dominators give the user unparalleled strength and power. Okay, Verpine prototype shield. Seems... I don't really use the shields much. Maybe I should use them more, but this does seem like a good one, although very expensive. Manufactured by the Verpine, these forearm shields are based on highly modified Arcanian designs. They are must-have items for the professional soldier, though they have to be replaced when the maximum number of activations are expended. Okay, Gorgelon reaction system. Implant hyperstimulates the nervous system of the wearer, significantly improving both reaction time and hand-eye coordination. Ooh. An implant that gives regeneration too. This implant gives incredible healing powers, allowing wounds and injuries to heal in mere seconds instead of days or weeks. Okay, and some upgrades. Those would be good to get, because it seems like we're always running out of those. But first, let's see if we can sell enough to get this regenerator. It's going to need 12,000. That's going to be quite a bit. Let's see. Okay, now we just bought that. We don't want to get rid of it. Let's see if we have any more expensive stuff that we can... Okay, that's all data pads. I think most... Okay, Constitution +4. That'll be it's pretty good. Pretty good bit there. Interface visor. Okay, have 2 of those. Thermal detonators. Wow, that's go for a decent amount, but they're also very useful in damage in battle, and probably are going to want to hold on to those. If we haven't used them by the end of the game, I'll be kind of surprised. Sith assault gun. Okay, we've got lots of these that are worth a bit. Mandalorian Ripper. Could be selling a lot more stuff, but a lot of them are just so cheap that it doesn't seem like it's really worth it to do it unless we're really close and have nothing else. Or we have just a stack like that can easily go through. Lightsabers. I want to keep that one just because it has a blue crystal in it, which is... It looks like we also added some upgrades to it, or we added some crystals to it. Okay, it looks like that's enough. So where was it? What were we even looking for? Okay, that's right. We were looking for Navardan Regenerator. Okay, and then can't really afford most of these anyway. We'll just keep in mind that if we do need any upgrades, that we can always come back here and get upgrades. What was added here? Okay, so the star map's going to have to be accessed through the Sith. That does. Oh, okay. It probably updated. It probably completed the quest. Yeah, premium merchant. You've been told by Zygram that there's a special merchant on Korriban. Yeah, and we can see special stuff there. Oh yeah, what can you tell us about previous owners of the Ebon Hawk? T3. I'm trying to speak to. I want to speak to Mika. No, okay, let's try. There we go. I've heard a disturbing rumor. Hunter matching your description is reported to have slain a crate dragon on Tatooine. Please tell me it wasn't you. Uh-oh. It was me. Why? It wasn't me. Or what business is it of yours if I hunt crate dragons? Yeah, I mean, technically we were with another hunter, and he was kind of leading the things, but yeah, it was me. Why? Why is that an issue? I do not mean to pry, but the crate dragon is a fierce and deadly beast, a monster even one of your power would be smart to avoid. Okay. If something should happen to you, if you were injured or even slain by such a beast, then Malik will never be toppled. Ah. I can look after myself. Or I didn't have a choice, really. I'm not scared of anything, not even a crate dragon. Yeah, we didn't really have a choice. As I recall, I think that was the one the hunter didn't want to kill it either because he was... Was that the one where he was, you know, we don't want to do it, but it's dangerous, it's you know, attacking people, and it's getting too close to town, so we have to get rid of it. I think that was the case. Yes, we didn't have a choice, really. I suppose if there is anyone in the galaxy who could reasonably expect to survive such an encounter, it would be you. I notice he's not calling us Revan anymore. He is calling us by our actual name. But if you are going to continue with such reckless escapades, I would strongly recommend you stock up with weapons and armor for my inventory. Okay. I will definitely keep you in mind if we have more need of stuff, so I'll be going now. Of course, remember to return whenever you desire to see my inventory of premium items. We are eager to help you against your old apprentice. Okay, well, that's kind of nice of him. There's parts, repair kit, some credits. Let's see, can I use this implant? Okay, I don't have level 3 implants yet. I'm gonna have to level up before I can, a couple times before I can do that, because I don't even have level 2. What about Karth? Did we give Karth? Karth has level 3. Okay, so we'll let Karth, what does he currently have? Immunity to critical hits? No, we'll just let him be able to constantly regenerate. And so what this will do is I think it's every round, Karth will be able to regenerate 2 hit points, so it's good if people attack him, because he'll be able to...
Sure.
He'll be able to tank a little bit. And considering that our blaster users tend to just charge into melee anyway, that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so I guess we're ready to go to the Sith Academy entrance. A couple droids. Oh. People just kindly leaving out boxes of stuff here. Computer spike. access. Can't get around that way. Repair kit. We can't access all these boxes, just one on each side, I guess. Okay, so well, when they said the planet was like, volcanic and mountainous, they weren't kidding. Like literally mountains just everywhere. Prospective Sith students.
You'll get your turn soon enough, fool. And when you do, I will be there, laughing as you collapse from heat exhaustion and Mikkel's beatings.
Huh. Okay, so these guys seem like they're not doing well. They're out here for some reason. I have to stand at attention. Please don't distract me, whoever you are. What are you doing? Are you one of the Sith? Fine, I'll leave you to it. Hey, what are you doing out here? I'm trying to prove my worth to enter the Sith Academy here. We were told that if we stood here long enough, we would be worthy. We've been here for so many days. I'm so hungry. Some of us have died. But I must be strong. I will keep standing. You've been standing here for many days? Who put you up to this? Are you crazy? You have to stop. Or here, I have a bit of food. Yeah, if you've been standing here for days, the nourishment is probably... I mean, sleep is probably a big issue as well, but, here, have some food. No, please, put it away. I can't accept any. Mikkel said he's the Sith over there, watching us. I must be strong. Mikkel will find me worthy. Soon, I hope. Oh. Okay, I guess we need to talk to Mikkel about this. This just seems wrong. This is like the type of behavior that leads to the dark side. Mikkel, you need to stop.
Is there something specific you wanted?
Are you Mikkel? As if I couldn't see the name hovering over your head.
And what if I am?
You have to do something about those men. They're dying. Why are you making those men stand there? Nothing. Never mind. Yeah, these people are dying. You have to do something.
That is the whole point. Personally, I think it's wonderful fun. Those fools actually think that if they stand there long enough, I'll let them become a Sith. Idiots. Sith is not a bantha, all endurance and no brains. A Sith would fight for his life, no matter the odds. If these rot grubs are as stupid as they seem, then they deserve their fate.
So this isn't a real test for them? Then I demand you stop this at once. Or wouldn't it be more merciful just to kill them? Sounds like fun. Yeah, so this isn't a real test?
Oh, it's a test, all right. It's a test to see if they're actually fool enough to die. If they don't, however, I certainly wouldn't admit them just for that accomplishment.
Oh, what a sweet guy. He should get the Sith Congeniality Medal.
It is a bit boring standing out here all day, however. I think I'll go for some dinner. It will be fun to think of them while I gorge myself. They'll still be here in an hour or two, surely. I suggest you run along before I decide to make you part of the fun.
Okay. Oh, so maybe now that he's gone, maybe we can convince these guys to, like, hey, you need to do something before he gets back. You were talking to Mikkel. I saw you. Where did he go? Did he tell you I was worthy? Not so much. So we can try to persuade. Mikkel is tricking you. He'll never let you into the academy. Or we can lie to him. He said you should go home. The Sith aren't for you. or we can lie. Not yet. He said your final test is to attack that guard. No, I'll be going. Okay. Well, that just seems a bad idea. Even if we wanted that guard attacked for some reason, sending these guys when they're, you know, exhausted and starved is not, like, that would be terrible. Can try. So I'm not even sure why this is a lie. I guess it's a lie because Meckel didn't say they should go home. He said they'd still be here. But the Sith aren't for you is not a lie. You definitely are not Sith material, and you probably don't want to try to keep making it through the Academy. We'll try to just straight up. Meckel is tricking you. He'll never let you into the Academy. What? I've wasted all this time. How could I have been so foolish? I could have died. I'll find another way in. I swear it. I'll show him. Thank you. Okay. I mean, personally, I'd give up on it, but you know, I guess it's your call.
Leave me be. I won't listen to your manipulations. I will make it into the Academy. Just a few hours longer. Just a few hours, surely.
Oh no, he's not even gonna let us try to convince him.
You talked to Meckel? Have I proved my worth? Did he say anything?
Okay, same options. Meckel's tricking you. He'll never let you get into the Academy.
Oh, no. All this for nothing.
Oh no! We can't interact with them. We can't, like... Hopefully he's just exhausted, and maybe he'll be able to wake up and then go get some food. Let's see. This guy's probably just convinced he's the last man standing, so he'll be...
Leave me be. Just...
Okay. Sorry, dude, it's not gonna happen. This guy, the Twi'lek here, looks like it's too late for him. Similar for this... This one looks like he's burned or something. What's up with his head?
You are neither a Sith, nor do you bear the medallion of a student of this facility. Please, leave at once.
I'm Darth Revan. I was Lord of the Sith. Let me in. Or, how do I become a Sith, then? Or, what's this medallion you mentioned? Or, you will let me inside. Or, I need to get inside. I've been sent to speak with the Master of the Academy. Why is that not persuade/lie? That's definitely a lie. We could try to force persuade him. Let's do that. You will let me inside.
I have been conditioned to resist mental persuasion, citizen. Please, do not attempt that again.
Oh, great. He's smarter than the other troopers. Okay. How do I become a Sith, then?
You must be admitted to the Academy. That decision must be made by a Sith who has already been accepted here. The final decision, however, remains with Master Yuthura. I believe she is currently at the cantina if you wish to seek her out. Now go.
Really? Didn't see her there when I was in the cantina, but I guess maybe we just missed each other. Either of you, Yuthura? No, okay. Talabkar, pilot. Oh, okay, there's somebody back in the corner here. I don't think she was here before. Wow, you... We've seen some pale-skinned Twi'leks before. I don't know that we've seen this particular coloring, and especially with the dark around the eyes, that might not be a natural coloring. I think they in the game, often really dark side characters, especially really dark side Force users, like have a corruption about their face, that helps indicate that they're dark side Force users. But let's talk.
Is there something you need, Jedi? Make it good, for I have little patience.
Well, I guess her face doesn't seem as corrupt as it looked from a distance. It's just, I guess it's just the tattooing on there. I was mistaking that for like scars and things. Why did you call me Jedi? Or so you know what I am. Who are you? Can I ask you some questions, or I'll be on my way? So you know what I am. No sense in denying it.
You are far from the first Jedi who has come here after all, willing to abandon that decrepit order of yours.
I don't get to correct her and say that I'm not here to abandon the Jedi. Okay, who are you?
Who am I? You must not have been in Korriban for very long. Either that or you have been feeling your way about blindly. Luckily for you, I am in a charitable mood. I am your Korriban, second only to Master Uthar of the Sith Academy here in Dresde. I am the one who decides which of the few of the many hopefuls who travel here to train actually become a Sith. Why? Is it your desire to enter the Academy? Is that why you are here?
And what if I said I was already a Sith? Or why would I want to join the Sith? Maybe, haven't given it much thought. Or no, I would never join the Sith. Or, yes, that's exactly why I'm here. Let me join you. No, I would never join the Sith. I do want access to the Academy, though.
No? Why might that be? There is something odd about you, human, that I cannot place. Obviously, you are a Jedi. One who is very strong in the Force, it seems. So were you a part of the Order for very long? Did they train you?
I mean, there was a whole training montage. Guess that pretty much counts. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Or, yes, but only very little. Or what difference does it make? I've forgotten most of my training, it seems. Okay, that's actually rather that's actually a very honest answer, because we actually have forgotten. Oddly enough, we have forgotten pretty much all of our training from, the first time we were trained. Although I guess we still retained some amount of ability, because I guess that's probably why our more recent training went by so quickly. Yeah, I forgot most of my training, it seems.
What an odd thing to say. Even stranger, I do not sense any deception within you. You are a curious puzzle, human. A puzzle with great power. With that kind of power, you could become a great Sith. Perhaps, if I let you. Does that interest you?
No, it doesn't. Or, yes, you want to accept me into the Academy. That seems... trying to force persuade not just a Sith, but a Sith who is... she said like she was the second in command of the Academy, so presumably very strong in the Force. I would assume not... I mean, it would make sense that somebody in that kind of role would have... you'd want someone in... who knew a lot in any kind of that kind of leadership position, but especially with the Sith valuing strength. Let's see what options. We can try to lie. Yes, it does. I wish to become a Sith. Or we can say the same thing but not be lying about it. Or again, I suppose that would interest me. Yes. So, yeah, I could become a great Sith again. Be interested to see what her response is with that, but no, we're not interested in being Sith. We just want to get in.
A pity. And here I hadn't even decided yet. Well, human, should you change your mind, you know where to come.
Oh, okay. Well, we're probably gonna have to talk to her again unless we can find like a Sith or someone with like one of those medallions and convince them to use them. Sith Thug Leader. Oh, this... oh, nope, don't load the game. Save the game. This promises to be interesting. So.
Hey, what's this? Looks like we found ourselves a bit of sport, my friends.
This is good. I want to celebrate my acceptance into the Academy.
Me too. So how about it, chump? Ready to die? I'm eager to blow off some steam after those tests.
Do any of you happen to have a medallion that could get me into the Sith Academy? It's not one of the options. I don't want to pick a fight here. Are you sure you want to die? Or bring it on. Yeah, I'm not looking for a fight.
But we do, isn't it obvious?
I'm trying to be reasonable, but if you keep pushing me, you'll regret it. Or you don't want to fight me. Or here's 100 credits. Buy a drink to celebrate instead. Are you sure you want to die? Yeah, maybe if I buy you a drink, will you give me a... Do you have a medallion or something? Hey, a drink sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Okay, you're off the hook. Let's go, guys.
But in doing that, probably that might have been something that, like, maybe they had Sith medallions, and if I'd killed them, I could have looted one. But now I can't. What's going on here?
Once you become a Sith, you can do anything. You can feel the power coursing through you. None of you fools can compare to me.
Please, friend, we are pleased at your success, but...
Please? You're jealous. You're jealous of my power. You think you deserve this medallion, don't you?
Oh, he's got a medallion.
Let's just see. See?
Hey!
I have the power to do anything!
Somebody help me, please!
Sniveling fool! Like you would ever belong beside me in the Academy. I'd rather kill you now and save us the trouble. What's this? It seems I have an audience. Look, Jedi, just keep walking. Unless you want some of the same.
Yeah, you're really scary. Sorry, but I'm not going to let you kill that woman. Or, yeah, let's see how tough you are then. Or, do what you want, it has nothing to do with me. No, sorry, but... Yeah, you're not going to be killing anyone else.
You can't stop me! You first, human. And then she dies.
Okay, well... at least this is, like... I mean, the other ones were you know... It's, yeah, they're trying to... They're trying to pick a fight, but I mean, in the end, it's like, oh, okay, we're happy just having a beer or something, and they were just really looking to celebrate and just very corrupt about it. This guy just is being a massive jerk about it. Oh, hey, you can throw your lightsaber too. Okay, so where's this medallion you said you had? Hey, Sith medallion and a Bondar crystal. I think we've had Bondar crystals before. It's nothing new there. But... Okay, I guess the lady who he was threatening just ran away completely. So, okay. Fine, don't say thanks. I guess she ran away right at the beginning of the fight, so she doesn't even know that she's been helped. For all she knows, you know, that guy might have killed us and is hunting her down already. So she's probably trying to get as far away as she can. Okay, but we have a medallion now. Hope managed to stay in there, buddy. Hey, the guy who collapsed here earlier is gone. So, since these two are just completely, their bodies are still lying here apparently, I'm gonna interpret that as this guy was just exhausted, and then when he was able to wake up and hopefully get out of here and get some food.
Greetings, student. I see you have the medallion that marks you as one of the chosen. I do not recognize you, however. Have you been accepted into the Academy very recently?
Yes, today, in fact. Or that's none of your business, soldier. Or, no, I've been away for a while. That's kind of true. I'm not sure if Revan and Malik ever actually came to Korriban. Oh, well, they must have if they saw the star map here. But that would have been a while ago, so no, I've been away for a while.
I see. And who might your friends be?
They're my slaves. No. They're none of your business. Yeah.
So long as the Sith do not object to them, neither will I. They will be your responsibility, of course. You'll want to bring your medallion to Korriban. She is the one who brings all selected students into the Academy for their training. I believe she can be located within the cantina here in the colony.
I have to go back there?
I suggest you go to her while she is still there, student.
Okay, we'll head back to the cantina. I thought it was like a get the medallion or talk to Korriban. I didn't realize it was get the medallion from her or get the medallion elsewhere and then talk to her. Okay. Hi, I have a medallion. Can you let me into the academy?
You again? What do you wish now?
I don't want to join the Sith, but I do have this medallion.
So I see. How curious that you should come to possess such a thing. Where did you get it?
I took it from another student, actually. One of the other Sith accepted me into the academy. Why do you want to know? Honesty is the best policy. I took it from another student.
I see. How very enterprising of you. Though that is not the normal way that we select our students for the academy. We Sith do encourage such independent thinking. You may even be a suitable candidate to join us. That is what you wish, I take it. To become a Sith.
Why would I want to join the Sith? Maybe. Haven't given it much thought. Or no, I would never join the Sith. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Okay, try to sell me on this whole Sith thing.
An interesting question and not one I hear often. For most, the benefits of becoming a Sith are quite obvious. We wield ultimate power, my friend. To be a Sith is to taste freedom and to know victory. Nothing is as glorious as bending the Force to your will.
Canderous would probably really like it here. They're all about, like, strength and glory and stuff like that. Victory. And what if I said I was already a Sith? A lot of the hopefuls here end up dead. That doesn't seem glorious. And what about the Jedi? But you serve the dark side of the Force, don't you? And where does Darth Malik fit into all this? Oh, we get a lot of good dialogue options here. So, yeah, it's not very glorious for the ones who don't survive.
We make no apologies for the weak. If you cannot clench your fist and know when the moment comes to strike, there is no place for you amongst us. Of those who come to train, those who are weak return home. If they are both weak and foolish, they die. But it was their choice to come.
Okay. So, and where does Darth Malik fit into all this? I'm curious about, like, how does the Lord of the Sith, like, how does the hierarchy of the Academy fit in with him?
You know the name. Malik is the strongest of us, and the strongest always rules. At least until one who is stronger can take it from him. That is our way. Survival of the fittest. You are always on guard, always lean for the kill. We promote it, for through this, the Sith are stronger.
You kill each other? Or a lot of the hopefuls here end up dead. Okay, yeah, we are doing that one. Yeah, you guys just flat out kill each other?
If a Sith is proven to be weak, and if the time is right, the Force rewards the cunning and the mighty. Step up to the challenge if you dare. or turn tail and run.
Okay. What about the Jedi?
Hidebound relics who burden themselves with tradition and with the protection of the weak and ungrateful. They are pitiful and misguided. Why would you take a gift as glorious as the Force and squander it? Weaken yourself deliberately and shackle yourself to outdated mores. Our gift has made us superior. It is our rightful place to rule. How can any deny that? Yet the Jedi do so, and call us evil because we do not.
You don't consider yourself evil?
Is the Sarkath beast who dominates his jungle evil? The Tukata who leaps on the Squellbug for the kill? These are things of nature, of the universe. We are no different from this. The Force is part of the universe, part of the same laws. We were gifted to set us above the rest. To deny nature is foolish.
I don't know about the first one, but the Tarkata, the second one she mentioned, I thought those actually had something to do with the dark side of the Force, so if that's the case, they very well may be evil. But although it's interesting, she talks about the Force like, oh, we have the right to do this because the Force has placed us above those who don't have access to the Force. But at the same time, she's using as examples like, oh, hey, these animals hunt other animals. And it's interesting that she's wanting to say we're superior to everyone else because, you know, we're imitating these animals, but then she's like, her examples, she's going to a very bestial example. Like, so usually one would think that, okay, acting like animals is actually a reduction of a sentient species, that, you know, it's our reason and, you know, in part moral responsibility that helps set us apart from the animals and above them. But I guess we can't really pursue that line of reasoning with her at the moment. So you serve the dark side of the Force, don't you?
It is the Jedi who serve the Force, trying to discern its wishes like frightened old men staring at the stars. The Force serves us. We shape it to our will. We are its master. The Jedi deny their darkness, but we revel in it. We allow it to fuel our strength.
But the dark side is evil. It corrupts.
Corruption is a word the pitiful use to describe the natural longing for power that they deny. Evil is a word trumpeted by the weak to ease their heart. It is true that the Force exacts a physical toll on some, but not a single one of them has ever regretted it. Anything else you hear is propaganda.
It's interesting that you seem to view the Jedi as being, you know, as a whole, just inferior to the Sith, because, like, oh, they, you know, evil is something that only the weak worry about. So, and yet, I seem to have heard that, you know, there have been a lot of Sith who've been killed by Jedi, which would suggest that, you know, and a lot of those Jedi did not fall to the dark side, so it would seem to suggest that there is, it's not necessarily weakness to reject the dark side, just philosophy. Yeah, what would you say if I said I was already Sith?
I would consider that an amusing ploy to try and enter the Academy. Why? Who will you claim to be? Darth Malak himself?
What about Darth Revan? Yeah, you were close. You were just one Darth off.
What about Revan? Revan is dead. You may have a natural gift for the Force, human, but you've no gift for lies.
There's a little bit of irony there, because, of course, we don't have a gift for lies because we're not lying about that. Although, again, that goes back to, since we lost our memories and are acting completely differently, are we actually Revan or not? But she probably doesn't want to discuss that at the moment. So anyway, about joining you.
You've heard enough, have you? So what is it to be? Are you here to be a Sith or not?
No, I'm not interested. Or, yes, I want to join the Sith. Or, never mind, I have to go. I still don't want to join the Sith, but if I say it, she's just gonna be like, oh, well, then talk to me again if you change your mind. Right?
No? Why might that be? There is something odd about you, human, that I cannot place. Obviously, you're a Jedi. One who is very strong in the Force, it seems. So were you a part of the Order for very long? Did they train you?
We already had this? Oh, we already... we already had this conversation. What difference does it make?
Perhaps none. Perhaps all the difference in the world. Either way, you possess enough raw power to intrigue me greatly. With that kind of power, you could become a great Sith. Perhaps, if I let you. Does that interest you?
No. Okay. Become a great Sith again. Okay, I guess we'll go with this option just because we need... We're not going to be able to get in if we don't at least pretend to want to be Sith, so yeah, they'll become a Sith again. And anyway, we did learn through Juhani that falling to the dark side is just a natural part of your training as a Jedi, so I guess it's really not that bad. So, yep, we'll become a great Sith again.
A strange response indeed. Is your mind maladjusted in some way? You should make for an interesting pupil indeed. I will take you to the Academy, and we shall see if you are ready to join the ranks of the Sith. I have only one other question. These companions of yours, they will not be coming with you, I presume?
I don't have any option. Okay, I have to call them slaves. Yeah, so Karth, T3, no offense, but you guys, I'm gonna refer to you as slaves to, and you, hopefully, lady here can just pretend she didn't hear that. But yeah, they're totally slaves. Don't worry about them.
I see. Fair enough. So long as they do not disturb your training or cause any trouble. Are you ready to go to the Academy then?
You have an academy where people apparently regularly torture and even kill one another. What in the world constitutes causing trouble here? Like, where are you drawing that bar? I don't mean to, like, sound like I'm quibbling or nitpicking. I actually think that's a very legitimate question. Like, what is going too far at that point? But yeah, let's go to the Academy.
Then let us leave. The Master of the Academy awaits you.
Greetings, prospective students. It appears we have a late entry. Who do you bring before me, Uthura? A young human bristling with the Force?
A human that has had some training, it seems, Master Uthar. Very promising, I think.
That I'll judge for myself, thank you. Tell me, human, what do you know of the ways of the Sith? What preconceptions has your mind been polluted with?
I know more about the Sith than you. I've just forgotten. Okay, true on both counts. Presumably, I'm guessing Darth Revan knew more about the Sith than this guy. I know that the Sith are powerful, a force to be reckoned with. The Sith are evil and have surrendered themselves to the temptation and corruption of their power. The Sith do what they want and pay no heed to duty or discipline. Okay, let's see. The Sith are evil, surrendered themselves. I mean, these are accurate, but I want to see his response. I've forgotten a lot about the Sith, but at one point I knew more.
Indeed. Then perhaps you would care to demonstrate for us the powers of a Sith Master. No? Then perhaps you shall keep your foolishness to yourself and actually learn something. The Jedi equate the light with goodness and strength, and the dark with weakness and evil. That is their tradition, and it is truly no surprise that they cling to it for comfort. We, however, do not treat the Force as a burden. We treat it as a gift, a thing to be celebrated. We use it to acquire power over others. And why should we not? Because the Jedi say we should not. We are as the Force is meant to be. The Jedi would hide that from you. They would tell you the dark side is too quick, too easy, all so that they need never challenge the passions that lie within them. Joining with us means realizing your true potential. It means not stifling yourself solely for the sake of hidebound shamans and their antiquated notion of order. Be what you were meant to be. What say you, Lasho? Are you ready to learn the secrets of the dark side? Dare you?
I dare, Master Uthar. I am ready.
Brash and fiery, as expected. Turn that passion to your advantage, child. What of you, Meekle? Are you ready?
I am, Master. More than ready.
I sense much anger within you, young one. That is good. That will provide you power. And Shardan, what of you?
I am always ready.
I see. You had best gather your wits for the trial ahead, boy, or you will not last. And you, young human, does this interest you? Are you ready to learn more of what I speak?
And what of my companions? I'm ready to learn more. I don't know. But power without consideration of morality is a weakness. Good point.
You are brave to argue, young one. I have met few students who would speak so openly to me. Ask yourself first what this morality is. How is it created? Who does it benefit? Where do your notions of good and evil come from? You may come to the realization that morality is but an obstacle to overcome, or not. The discovery is yours to make, should you be ready. Now then, all of you 5 recruits have shown a degree of facility with the Force. You all have the potential to become true Sith. Only one of you, however, will succeed. The one who succeeds will be admitted to the Academy as a full Sith. All others must wait until next year and try again. If you survive, my pupil, Euthura, shall be your teacher and master while you attempt to prove yourselves. Heed her words.
As Master Uthar said, none of you are true Sith yet. For that to occur, one of you must do enough of worth, gain enough prestige to be selected. What is an act of worth? You must learn that for yourselves. Remember that you are competitors here. Fight for your destiny, or go home.
If you wish to gain a lead over your competitors, the first of you to learn the code of the Sith and tell me of it will be rewarded. The rest is for you to discover. Welcome to the dark side, my children. Your one chance at true greatness lies here.
Okay, so we got a little bed here. I have to say, that does not look like a very comfortable bed. Hey, we get a nice dark Jedi Knight robe. I don't think that's as good as what I'm currently got, but it's a nice gesture. Okay, let's go ahead and save it. So it was kind of interesting what he was saying about morality, because of course, you know, if you're using morality to measure good and evil, well, I mean, it needs to have some standard. It needs to have something that you're using as your, you know, as your measure. And so what you're basing that on, you know, it makes a big difference.
Ah, there you are. My favorite prospect for the year.
Sorry, let me finish this thought first. And so, you know, you can have, I guess, whether you believe there's true morality or not really depends on, do you think there's some kind of an absolute standard that you can go back to, or do you think that everything is purely relative? Although it's a little bit complicated that, you know, people can have differing opinions on what the standard is while still both believing, you know, agreeing that there is a standard. But we probably shouldn't keep Uthara waiting, because that's kind of rude. Sorry, your favorite prospect?
Absolutely. By my estimation, you are far more likely to achieve the prestige necessary to join the Sith than any of the others. As a matter of fact, I am so certain of that I'm willing to offer you an opportunity of the once-in-a-lifetime variety. Would you like to hear it?
Absolutely. Or do I have a choice? But I don't even have any prestige yet. Do I have any choice in the matter?
Not really. Oh, don't worry. What I have in mind will benefit us both. You can be sure of that. As I said, you're no doubt going to be the one whom Uthar chooses to become a Sith. With my help, of course. Once that occurs, he will take you into the Valley of the Dark Lords to the tomb of Nagasado to administer the final test. There you and I will be alone with him. The perfect time to, shall we say, arrange for a change in the Academy's leadership.
What's so important about this tomb?
The tomb is an ancient ruin on the surface that was visited years ago by Darth Revan and Darth Malak. They discovered a star map there of great importance.
Darth Malak went there? Very interesting, isn't it, Master?
Reaching that map, as they did, is part of the final test. At any rate, it is not the tomb that is important. That Uthar will be alone is what is important.
Actually, to me, the star map is what's important. But, do you want me to kill Master Uthar? Or what's to stop me from telling him about this? And what's your part in this? How do I know this isn't some test? It is interesting that you're telling me all of this right now, as opposed to, like, trying to help me out and then being like, oh, you owe me, or trying to lead me in that direction so that when you tell me it's less of a shock. Yeah, what's your part in this?
My part in this is to help you gain enough prestige and slow down the progress of the other hopefuls. I want you in that tomb when the time is right. We destroy Master Uthar together and I take his place. And you take your place at my side. A beautiful plan in its sheer simplicity.
Why wouldn't I just tell Master Uthar about this? Maybe that would get me some prestige, actually.
I suppose you could do that. Even the hint of betrayal from his pupil and Uthar would move to eliminate me. But this is a very good opportunity for you. You can start off your Sith career as the right hand of the head of the Academy. Me, Uthar will not offer you that. Do you believe Uthar would not be aware of this? He would quickly figure out what you have to gain by betraying him, and would never believe someone would pass that up. Tell Master Uthar what you wish. Were I you, I would think first of what the consequences of such an action might be.
Okay. How do I know this isn't some test?
You must not know much about the Sith yet. If Uthar were even to suspect that I might be trying to supplant him, true or not, well, let's just say he wouldn't likely stop to ask too many questions before ensuring I was dealt with.
I mean, we might end up having to fight Uthar, but I don't like the idea of going to fight him just because you want to take his place. I don't think we want to be a part of this.
You are already part of this. Don't be a fool. I will begin to make preparations for your final test. Your only worry now is to get there. Don't disappoint me.
Okay, I guess that's the end of that discussion. How do I get more prestige? Can you tell me about the Code of the Sith? I want to know more about these ruins on the surface. I would like to know more about the ruins, but we were told that we can get prestige from the Code of the Sith, so... and it would be interesting to hear the Code of the Sith, so... Can you tell me?
I can help you understand it. Would you like to hear it? Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. Simple words, yet easily misunderstood. Would you care for me to explain anything?
Okay, before we do this, I think it's interesting. We saw the Jedi Code earlier, and the Jedi Code was all... what was it? It's like there's... like didn't it start with like there is no passion, there is peace, or something like that? Let me look up the Jedi Code. I want to do a direct comparison here. Well, if my phone wants to work. Okay, here we go. What was the Jedi Code? Okay, there is no emotion, there is peace. Okay, so that was the first one. It's kind of like passion. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force. So it's interesting. A couple things. First of all, both of them begin similarly. There is no emotion, there is peace. We're denying one thing and embracing something else. Similarly here, peace is a lie, there is only passion. And interestingly enough, both of them start with peace. One of them by denying emotion and embracing peace, the other by rejecting peace and embracing passion, which, despite passion also being mentioned in the Jedi Code, I've always felt that emotion and passion are rather similar. So they start off basically both of them rejecting the other idea and embracing their own. But the Jedi Code has like just a list of, there's no emotion, there's peace, there's no ignorance, there is knowledge, like just a list of not these things, these other things. They're looking at broadly all these different aspects and saying, don't look at this group over here, embrace this group over here. The Sith Code, on the other hand, after the first line, goes in a completely different direction. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. Well, that passion, embrace it, you gain strength. That strength, embrace it, you gain power. Each line is building on the previous line. Power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. So you have this connection, these connections all the way from there's only passion up through my chains are broken, and then the Force shall free me, I guess, just kind of being at the end, kind of encompassing the whole idea. So I guess the Jedi are looking more broadly at things, whereas the Sith, like, everything is just building up to this, my chains are broken. They're not looking broadly at multiple aspects, they're focusing everything on this one line of reasoning. So I don't think that's necessarily in itself a bad thing to be focused, but it is interesting how the codes, like, they take, I think the way the codes are structured itself kind of exemplifies some of the philosophies of each group, in addition to what it's actually saying. So, okay, we can ask about these. Tell me about peace is a lie, there's only passion.
The Jedi would have you believe that peace is a desirable goal. That peace of the spirit is the way the Force is mastered. That a lack of conflict betters man. We know different. It is our passion, our hate, and our desire that fuels the Force. It is conflict that improves the lot of civilization and single being both. Conflict forces one to better oneself. It forces change, growth, adaptation, evolution, or death. These are not our laws, but the universe's. Without conflict, you have only stagnation.
Well, you might be developing something, I guess, or you might be able to develop something through conflict. The question is is what you're developing actually better than it would have been, without conflict? Or is it beneficial enough to offset the cost of the conflict? Through passion, I gain strength. Tell me about that.
What fuels your power with the Force but your passion? The stronger, darker emotions. Anger, hatred, fear. These passions empower us.
No, what powers me is actually just a button press to use a skill I have. Don't really need any passion at all. Just need to have the right feat, or I guess Jedi ability. It's separate from the feats. What about love? Is that passionate enough? Or those seem like awfully negative passions. Or the Jedi say the opposite. How can both be right? I think her response would just be that the Jedi are wrong, but that might be an interesting thing to ask. But overall, it is interesting that, like, you don't mention love, you don't mention, desire or anything else that can, that could be potentially beneficial passions, in some cases at least. You just focus on the negative passions. Why is that?
Negative? Compared to what? What keeps even the most rudimentary creature alive? Fear to run, anger to fight. Without it, a creature would most surely die.
And again, okay, and are you saying that we aren't anything more than a rudimentary creature? Again, you're going back to, a very bestial view, as opposed to, I think many would say that sentient species should probably be set apart from, mere beasts. So, are you saying we aren't anything more than a rudimentary creature?
We are far more than them, perhaps. But in some ways, we are little different. To think us creatures beyond the need of simple passions is a delusion.
I wouldn't say beyond the need of simple passion. I would say with reason to help us guide those passions a bit, or help us, see the dangers of passions taken to the extreme. Which, interestingly enough, that's also kind of seems to be what Jolie was getting at earlier when he was talking about how, he disagreed with the Jedi over their views of love, because he's like, yeah, love itself, that's not a bad thing. It's just you need to be careful about, what the passionate part can drive you to. So yeah, what about love? What's your view of love?
Love is more dangerous than all those things. Love leads to anger and hatred more often than not. But it also leads to mercy, which is far worse. That, however, is a lesson for another time.
Now, when you say it leads to mercy, which is far worse, are you saying worse than anger and hatred? And yet you value anger and hatred. And the way you phrase that, far worse, makes it seem like if you're pursuing anger and hatred, that love should be something pursued, but more so, or mercy specifically. I'm not sure if she's being hypocritical here, or if she's getting at something very, very something very, very profound about the nature of mercy. Maybe we'll get that lesson another time, as she says. So the Jedi say the opposite. What do you say?
The Force gives us all power, even the Jedi. It is our mastery of our passion that gives us the strength they lack.
I mean, I can't really argue with the idea that many of the Jedi seem to want to run away from passion a bit too much. That maybe if they, like Jolie recommended, if they learn to deal with their passion, and we're like, okay, you're gonna have these passions, a passionate feeling. You're gonna feel anger. You're gonna feel hatred. You're gonna feel fear. It's not about trying to make yourself an emotionless husk. It's just about not just giving in to your passions either. So, I see. This actually was a very interesting one to discuss. Thank you.
It is our goal to be stronger, to achieve our potential and not rest upon our laurels. We are the seekers, not the shepherds.
Okay, so we covered pieces of lie. There's only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. What do you say about that?
The stronger you become in the Force, the more power you will achieve. But always must you fight for your power. Without strife, your victory has no meaning. Without strife, you do not advance. Without strife, there is only stagnation.
Okay. I guess that kind of goes with what she was saying before about how conflict is necessary for moving forward. So you have your passions. Embracing your passion gives you strength. The strength lets you overcome difficulties. It gives you power. So through power, I gain victory. I mean, yeah, you seem to say victory is what you want here, so let's...
How many sorts of victories can you imagine? Peaceful victory, victory by sacrifice, a truce, an achievement. Unless the victory is achieved by demonstrating that your power is superior, it is only an illusion, temporary at best. We seek more.
See, this part, I think your philosophy's kind of a little shaky here, because you mentioned several kinds of victories, and then you just say, unless the victory is achieved by demonstrating that your power is superior, it is only an illusion. That's just an assertion. You've not proven that. You've not even given any evidence of it. You haven't shown why you think, like, victory through sacrifice or peaceful victory or any of the others that you mentioned are... You haven't given any reason to think that those aren't true victories. You're just saying that they're not true victories. I have to say, so far, not that I've agreed with everything else you've said, but this definitely seems to be the weakest part of the philosophy so far. Through victory, my chains are broken. What do you have to say about that?
This has been argued over, and often. The chains represent our restrictions, both those placed upon us and those we place upon ourselves. Ultimately, the goal of any Sith is to free herself from such restrictions. In a way, it is so we may do whatever we wish, but it is much more than that. One who has freed themselves from all restrictions has reached perfection, their potential fulfilled. Perfect strength, perfect power, perfect destiny. Imagine it. That is our ideal, at any rate. It is said in Sith legend that the Sithari, the perfect being, will one day lead us. But perhaps that is just a legend.
You don't think the Sithari can exist?
I wonder what that being would be like. The legends say the Sithari will destroy us and make us stronger than ever. But perhaps that is just a legend. Perfection is a goal, I think, rather than a state of being. The Jedi would argue that, no doubt.
Okay. The Force shall free me.
The Force is our servant and our master, our teacher and our companion, a weapon and a tool. Know it, and you know the universe. Master it, and you master the universe. Strive for perfection, and the Force shall reward you.
That one just seems incredibly vague. And, yeah, I think what's interesting about this, we start with pieces of lie, there's only passion, which, that's, you can agree or disagree with that, but that's your, that's their starting premise. And the first couple seem to kind of make sense. The passion getting strength, strength gaining power, and then it just kind of falls apart from there. I don't know. I have to say, as far as philosophies go, I think I've heard better. But I think I got it. We probably remember this.
I am not surprised. The Force is strong with you. Master it, and it shall serve you well.
So now tell me about these ruins on the surface.
I have been involved in the work there over the last couple of years, but not often. Most of the excavating is left to the students. What did you wish to know?
Is there any way into the tomb of Nagasadao? Why are the Sith so interested in these ruins? Yeah, Nagasadao, you said that's where the star map was? Any way in?
Not unless you are accompanied by Master Uthar, no. It is strictly forbidden. And I truly doubt you could bypass the doors to the tomb with anything less than ship blasters. Even then, perhaps.
Why are the Sith so interested in these ruins?
We could learn much about the history of the ancient Sith. Why they were on Korriban and why they left. Perhaps we could learn more about the origin of the Force itself. With that knowledge could come great power.
Okay, I've heard enough about
As you
that.
wish.
Know anything about Darth Revan?
Revan? You mean Darth Malik's former master?
That's the one. Okay, like, everybody else in the galaxy is all like, oh, Darth Revan, the one who was leading the Sith until Darth Malik took him out, and then get to... I guess it hasn't been everybody on Korriban, just, it's been mainly her, just been like, Revan, let me... Man, I really have to think about who was this Revan guy. Oh, right, the one who used to be our boss before our current boss. Like, what, a couple months ago? Yeah, that's the one.
Very little. I never met him personally, though I heard he was a very powerful man. Very charismatic. In the end, Revan was outshone by his pupil. Such is the way of the Sith. Why? Is this dead man of importance to you?
Do you think it's possible Revan might be alive? Or, so you wouldn't recognize Revan if the two of you met? You mentioned that Revan came here before. Yeah, do you think it's possible Revan might be alive? I don't know why we're so interested in trying to convince her that we're Revan. I guess maybe with her position here, if we convince her that we were Revan, you know, she could probably, maybe she'd want to get on our good side or something. On the other hand, given how treacherous the Sith are, she might well think that, oh, I was expecting this guy to be like my right-hand man, but wow, he's going to have way more ambition than that. I should get rid of him. So it could backfire, but let's see where we're going with this. Do you think it's possible Revan might be alive?
Anything is possible. Uthar's former master still lives, though he is in no condition to challenge his former pupil for leadership. Perhaps the same is true for Revan. Perhaps Revan is out there, somewhere, waiting to take revenge upon Malik. More likely, what we were told is the truth. Revan is dead. Malik would be foolish to leave his old master alive, considering all the knowledge Revan held.
I mean, yeah, considering we very nearly beat Malik quite soundly until Bastila intervened. Bastila's a Jedi, you don't know her. But until she intervened and we ended up getting locked out and not being able to continue defeating Revan or Malik. But so you wouldn't recognize Revan if the two of you met. Like, say you were in a hall offering him the ability to, you know, overthrow Uthar and become second in command of the Academy.
Is there any reason I should? Beside the fact I did not know Revan in life. Revan was known for wearing a full helmet and cape. Perhaps Revan's body had been disfigured by the power of the Force. It is not unheard of. Regardless, I doubt I shall be meeting Revan anytime soon.
I mean, in the sense that you've already met him, I suppose. You mentioned that Revan came here before? Okay, maybe we can hear more about the star map.
Both Revan and Malik came to Korriban when they discovered the tomb of Nagasadao. That was before my time.
Okay, so... Interesting. I'm always a little bit off, never really sure about exactly when all these are taking place, but so when Revan and Malik, you know, before they went off and you know, found all this, when they were still searching for the star maps, that was long enough ago that she wasn't, she either wasn't a part of the academy or wasn't this involved in the students at that time. So that's all I have to ask about that. Okay, so I know about the code. What other ways are there for prestige?
You must impress Master Uthar. Go to him with news of your deeds or artifacts you have discovered.
Ooh,
the Code of the Sith is the easiest way to start. I have told you all that you need to know of it already. There are a group of students who refused an order by Master Uthar to execute a group of civilians in the colony. Uthar declared that they were to be executed themselves, but the students escaped and fled before the order could be carried out. We are certain that they have not left Korriban. No doubt they have not gotten far and are simply in hiding. We just do not know where exactly. If you were to locate them and carry out Uthar's order, I am sure he would be most appreciative. Shall I go on?
Yeah, don't really want to do that. What other options do I have?
I would suggest you talk to the other prospective Sith and find one you can gain an advantage with. I believe Lasho would be an excellent choice. She is too trusting. I have little doubt you could talk her into letting you help her somehow. Just make sure it is you who gains the advantage, not her. Be ruthless if you must. That is the only thing that will impress Uthar. The only other idea I can suggest to you is that you head into the Valley of the Dark Lords on the surface. There are ancient ruins there which can be explored. It's possible you might find some artifacts or information in them which would please Uthar. It's difficult to say for certain.
Well, I mean, we definitely want to check out the ruins. That's a given. So let's tell me about yourself. I mean, I doubt you're going to divulge much because don't want you to get an advantage over me with. And, I mean, honestly, I guess that makes sense. You don't want to share too much personal information with relative strangers, especially when you're in an academy that specializes in encouraging betrayal and always getting an advantage over others. But what are you willing to talk about?
About myself. I'm originally from Sleheron, if you must know. I was a slave to a cruel master, Omish the Hutt. I'm sure you don't need to know more.
Sleheron and Omish the Hutt. Sleheron, if I recall, wasn't that one of the worlds that HK47, when we were going through all like his old masters, that he was responsible for killing. Let me see if I'm kind of curious to see if Omish the Hutt was the one that was the name that HK47 mentioned. My phone is not wanting to work very well at the moment. Okay, nope. What I can find, Omish was not HK47's boss, so. Yeah, I think that's about everything at the moment. So I'll be going.
You have had an excellent start. Go, gain more prestige.
Okay. Is there anything lootable in this chest? No. Alright. I know it's a little bit early, but I think we're going to call it here. This seems like a good stopping point. And next time, which should be next week, we will we'll go talk to the other students and maybe explore some ruins and see if we can gain some prestige. We'll see if we can remember the Sith Code that long to be able to tell the Sith Code to Master Uthar and gain some prestige that way. And overall, we'll continue our studies next week. And I have to say, so far, very much enjoying Korriban. It's getting rather philosophical, and it's kind of fun to hear this different way of looking at things and kind of think about them a little bit. Especially with Uthara, I have to say, because most of the other Sith that we encountered were just, as they kind of lampshaded, just massive jerks. Just, hey, I'm just going to be cruel and torment people just for the sake of it. Whereas Uthara is actually getting a little bit more into the like philosophy of it, and looking at the, well, let's look at the light side versus the dark side, and here's this. Even if some of her arguments are just a little bit arbitrary, but so it'll be fun to continue looking at that. So without further ado, I guess we'll call it there. And thank you for joining us, and have a good week, and see you next time. Bye.